What is up, guys? It's Simon from PianoPig.com, and it has been a hot minute. I took a bit of a step back from YouTube over the summer, as many of us have also done, but I'm back. I'm feeling recharged, refreshed, rejuvenated. All my hair seems to have disappeared. I think I'm addicted to green juice, and I'm making a commitment to you guys to go back to my normal weekly videos from here on. Well, we'll see what happens next summer. But for the time being, the PianoPig YouTube channel is very much back online. And I don't take this community for granted. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially those of you who haven't forgotten about me over the summer holidays. In this video, I thought we'd have a bit of fun, and I wanted to show you the power of going deep with one lick, rather than just learning loads and loads of them. And what better way to do that is there by using the lick. And if you'd like to download the resource sheet to go along with this video, which contains the notation for each lick, you can download that for free via the link in the description. So yeah, let's do it. So for those of you who have never heard of the lick, this is what it sounds like. And you may also have seen this meme all over YouTube. And if we put some nice rootless voicings underneath, I'll be using an A minor to a D minor throughout this video. So that's what the lick sounds like. And if you want to find out more about that, I'll link a video up at the top now which explains all about it. So the purpose of this video is to show you the power of going deep with one lick. Once you've truly internalized it and got these sounds deep within your ears, it becomes much easier to come up with variations of the lick, or other licks which are inspired by it. And being able to do this whilst improvising is infinitely more useful than attempting to memorize 100 different licks, all of which you've probably only played a few times and scratched the surface of. So let's see what we can come up with. We'll start super simple. How about this? So I only changed the last two notes there, and it really transformed the entire feel of it. So that's a nice and easy one, but it goes to show how just a small tweak can make a big difference. Another thing we could do is to kind of invert the lick. There's no right or wrong way to do this, but you might get something that sounds like this. Again, another easy way to use the original lick to come up with something that sounds completely different. You may have noticed we haven't changed the rhythm whatsoever for these last two licks. We've just made a few small tweaks and it's given us a selection of different sounding things to play. So let's get a bit more creative now. Maybe introduce some extra elements, such as inflections. And again. So this one's got a bit more to it. The rhythm hasn't changed, the first three notes are exactly the same, but we've changed the melody around a fair bit to sound like this. And then we've added some inflections. And then we've added an extra note on the top here and there to add an extra something. So we've gone from this to this. Hopefully you can hear the resemblance. Once you've truly internalized a lick, coming up with creative variations such as this becomes much easier. So now it's time to get a little beboppy. How about this? So what's happened here? I've basically just added a bunch of approach patterns, but kept the main structure of the original lick. So we approach the first note with this enclosure, and then we're at the start of the lick. And from here, instead of playing, if we look at this as approaching the B, and have this as our destination, we could replace this with another approach pattern, but still landing on that B at the same time. Another option would be this. But in the context of what we're doing, I prefer the first option. So altogether, we've got this. And from here, we could just finish the lick like the original, which would sound like this. But to be honest, after all those enclosures in that tight space, I think it would sound much nicer if we moved away from there in the opposite direction. Something such as this. And there we have it. We've bebopified the lick. So for our fifth and final variation, I'm going to keep the rhythm the same, but completely change the notes. Here we go. So in terms of the notes, there isn't much resemblance to the original, but it goes to show that when you truly internalize a lick, it can come through in other areas of your playing in ways you don't even realize. That is the power of really going deep and spending the time to master just a few licks rather than scratch the surface of hundreds. I'm always going on about this to members of the PianoPig Academy. So what I want to do now is find out which of these 5 variations is your favorite. I'll play through them all, and then you leave a comment below letting me know which one you prefer and why. I'll start off with the original. First variation. Second variation. Third variation. Fourth variation. And the fifth variation. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments, and you are allowed to prefer the original. So if you take one thing from this video, let it be the understanding of how important it is to go deep. Don't just look up endless licks on YouTube. Play them a few times and then learn a new one. You'll just forget them all and you'll be wasting your time. Instead, find a lick you really love that seriously resonates with you, and take the time to truly internalize it. Practice it in different contexts, transpose it to every key, come up with variations, and sing it in your sleep. If you do that with 5 licks, you'll be much better off than the guy who scratches the surface of 100 licks. As I mentioned at the start of the video, if you'd like the notation of these licks, you can download that for free via the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I will see you next time.